Now, the multi-million-dollar plan to renovate one of Metro Atlanta's oldest schools is moving forward.
The DeKalb County School Board just approved the first contract needed to start modernizing Druid Hills High School. Atlanta News First Niamani Watson is with us in studio. Niamani, parents say that they're mighty glad to see this progress finally happening.
Yeah, they really are. Again, the school is one of the oldest in the district and has dealt with many issues over the years, like exposed wiring and constant leaks. Last night, the school board approved a nearly $7.6 million contract for architectural and engineering services at Druid Hills High School. It's part of the school's larger $185 million renovation project the district approved last December. Now, the project includes restoring the nearly 100-year-old school building, replacing surrounding buildings on campus with modernized classrooms, as well as an updated cafeteria and new parking deck. One parent whose children attend Druid Hills High School says he's glad to see the plan finally moving forward.
We can't wait for it to start, but we know there's a whole process. And so just as a parent in the Druid Hills community, we're excited to see the district finally keeping its promise.
Now, once the project starts, it'll take an estimated 3 years to complete.
Also at Druid Hills High School, a student was caught with a weapon on campus yesterday morning. In a letter, the principal said the school's weapon detection system flagged a student's backpack. Administrators searched the bag. They found a weapon, but they're not saying what it was. The student could face disciplinary action under Georgia law and the district's code of conduct.